I first started doing real estate deals by myself, I remember thinking, I will do anything to get people to sell me these properties. And when it was time to sell them, I said, I will do anything to get people to buy these properties. And I'd get a realtor and list it on MLS. And I would personally call all the people in the area. I'd be sending them freaking emails and texts. And my realtor's like, dude, that's my job. And I'm like,
who cares?
Whatever, it's my job too. So we've had some conversation over the last few months in our office about the kind of work we're having to do now. And I would say we're putting in multiples of the same labor hour to get the same effect now. And it's taking a lot more work. But the folks that are willing to put in that work, they're going to be the guys. I remember talking to some guys say, don't worry, you're going to be fine. You're bright, you're hardworking, you're not going to let yourself fall apart. You might have some shitty months, but you ain't missing no meals.
That's right.
You're that personality, you won't go hungry. And they're looking at me saying, are you sure? And I said, yes, I promise. I know how this works now. I feel good about this. You're going to be fine.
So as a non-real estate agent, are you a real estate agent? Yeah, you're a non-real estate agent too, but you got a wife that's a real estate agent.
Right.
I don't know if you'd get in trouble for this, but I got our agent in trouble.
What happened?
So I set up, you know what LiveCom is. I mean, it's Mitch Stevens' little business. So I set him up a LiveCom number to where it would call that number, but it'd ring his phone. Okay. And then I pulled the entire agent database in Waco. And there was 1,800 agents at the time, and all their phone numbers.
You did some lead gen for them?
And so I recorded a voicemail that said, hey, I heard you had a client that's looking for a property in Azle School District. If you could give me a call back. And I dropped that voicemail to all 1,800.
His phone exploded.
And I didn't tell him. So I didn't tell him that's what I was doing. So he's just sitting somewhere, and all of a sudden his phone rings. He got 435 calls.
That's incredible return.
Well, it was a hot market. But I was like, I would call him. I'd be like, is our property showing? He'd be like, no, it's not showing. It hadn't got any showings.
Let me fix this.
And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I was like, it's a good looking property. I'll doll this thing. I mean, it's a good school district. It's a great property. Like, what? People just don't know it's there. I'll let them know it's there.
I'll fix that.
It sold. It sold off of that RVM. But he couldn't take the volume of calls. He's like, man, and then he knew. Like, he knew I was...
Something went down.
Yeah, he was like, don't ever do that again. Like, you're going to get me in trouble. We can't use whatever recorded messages. We can't do this. And he's like, you're putting my license at risk. And I'm like...
By the way, well, you're welcome for that commish.
Well, I was just... at the time, I was like, well, what's that got to do with you? It was me. You didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you were just my agent on the deal.
You can
like,
throw me under the bus any day.
Yeah, like, just tell him you don't know what happened. The owner did it. Like, and you didn't know what was happening. I didn't give you a heads up.
We put a whole...
Like what you've seen here. Find Braxton on Tinder and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just keep swiping. He's on there.